Hello everyone, welcome back to Rate My Gear, and welcome back to another review. And this is going to be my follow-up review on the Phenom FSHG-250 full face Facebar headgear. So last week I did a quick unboxing of this headgear and did my first impressions on it. I didn't wear this headgear in that video, we were just taking a look at the headgear. But anyway, I've trained in it quite a few times. I'd say I've worn this during sparring a good 2 or 3 times this week, and it is brilliant. I have to say Phenom's done a really good job with actually producing this headguard and making it fit nicely. This is the comfiest headguard I've ever worn. I usually hate headguards. I am not a headguard type guy. I have to wear them because headguards are required lots more in boxing than they are in MMA. But I've never liked headguards. I've never really been able to get away with them. The only ones I've ever really got away with is that Green Hill open face headgear that I did a review of also on this channel if you're interested. But this headguard is brilliant. I was expecting to not be able to see very well out of this headgear with it being a face bar, but the visibility is great. It doesn't disrupt my view at all, and overall this is probably just going to be a review of me saying as many good things as I can about this Phenom FSHG-250 Facebar headgear. There is one thing that irks me a little bit with this headgear, but I'll do that after I've gone through all the positives. So without further ado, I'm going to actually put this headguard on, because that is the one thing that I didn't do in last week's video. And I didn't actually put it on to show you guys what it would look like. So I've actually tightened this and I fitted it to my head. I got my coach to do that for me. So we're going to put the headguard on. And again, you have this winning style plastic belt buckle, which is also brilliant. Every headguard should have a belt buckle. I don't know why more headguards don't use it. It is so much better than a Velcro. But here we go. This is what the headguard looks like when it is on. I'll give a turn for you guys as well. And again. And there's behind. So this is what the headguard looks like when it's on. Nice, secure, tight fit. The bar is just below my nose. That's where it's supposed to be. I don't want it straight in front of my nose because the headguard might jam into my nose. Got really good visibility. If I just drop my chair down and come a little bit closer. Bear with me, guys. There we go. Got really good visibility. So if I look at you guys, I'll try and tell you when I can no longer see you. So I can still see you, still see you, still see you in my peripheral vision, still see you. Now I can't. Only when it's at the side. As soon as I come here, I can see you in my peripheral vision there. It's a very wide visor, which does a really good job of actually giving you that good wide field of view. God, I can't even speak today. Quite thick at the front, but doesn't make your head a massive target. I would say this is still a fairly compact face saver headgear. If you look at the RDX face saver, it is massive. Your head is out here and it just looks awful. The only face saver I can actually think of which is a little bit smaller than this one is probably the Fly one. Ooh, it's probably the Fly Superbar X, or any of the Fly Superbars. And of course, the very recent Hit and Move Air Armour face saver. Nothing's going to be smaller than that, but at the same time, I know people hype Hit and Move up a lot. I don't feel like that's going to disperse any kind of shock or blows as much as this headguard would, because that Hit and Move Air Armour is very thin. I have actually tried the Hit and Move Air Armour on in a store, the cheap protective version, and it's very comfortable, but it's that thin. I kind of feel like, well, what is the point of even wearing it? I feel like this, I'd rather have something like this, which is compact but still bit more padding. You've got quite a bit of hard padding here on the sides, hard padding on the top, hard padding there. But the inside liner is this very, very comfortable kind of leather material. The whole inside, I believe, is like a leather material as well. Now, onto the flaws, in my opinion, of this headguard. There's only 2 of them, and they're not very big flaws at all. One of them is kind of a given, and one of them you can just adjust anyway. So the one thing that does happen with this headguard is when I sweat in this a lot, because again this inside liner is this very smooth kind of, almost, I don't know if it is actual leather inside, I'm sure it is, but because the inside liner is this very smooth inside liner, when I sweat loads in this, it does shift about on my head. The inside gets very, very slippery, and the headguard will move slightly on my head. It doesn't matter, I can just readjust it with my glove and it's fine. But that is one thing to consider. Because the liner is so smooth, and it's not like a material suede inner liner, it does move. Now, the good thing about having this liner is it's much more comfortable than in like a kind of material, you know, inner liner, because some of those material inner liners are very rough and they scuff your face, especially if someone hits you and it moves on your face, it rubs, like the Green Hill style inner liners, like the brown leather. I used to have a Green Hill headguard and it was rough, like the inside of it was very rough. But this is really soft and smooth, but again, when you sweat it will slip about a little bit. Nothing too bad again. I've never had any issues where it's slipped and I can't see. The second thing, when you put the belt buckle in tight, it does usually loosen by itself. Now, that's going to be a given. It is just a classic belt buckle style, and you pull that and it will loosen. Hold on. There we go. And it will loosen. Now, the good thing about this is it's because it's that inner belt buckle, that winning belt buckle style, it's so easy to just quickly take your glove off, pull it tight again, and then you're good to go for the next round. But that does usually slacken throughout the round. Again, it's never come loose, it's never come off. I've never had any issues with that. That is just something to consider. It does slip around, and this belt buckle does come loose over time, but you can easily just wrench it tight again. Now, the positives: incredible visibility. I don't even feel like I'm wearing a face saver. It feels more like an open face headguard to me. That problem that you usually have where you can't see uppercuts coming, I haven't had that issue at all with this. Thickly padded at the front and on the sides, very, very good. Not much padding on the back. I would have liked to see a little more padding on the back in case, you know, you do go down and hit your head, but don't get me wrong, there is a thin sheet of padding on either side there. Another good thing, ear donuts, very comfortable. A lot of the time my ears don't properly fit into ear donuts on headguards. Very good on this. Nice long laces for adjustment, both on the back and on your crown. And overall, just a really good headguard. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do leave me a like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see more of. I should have a review of some more gloves coming very soon. And I'll see you all in the next video. So for now, take care. I've been Rate My Gear, and I'll see you guys in the next one.